What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Turn my headphones up for you guys. Reposition this camera. All right, cool, man. I know it's late than a motherfucker, but that's what happens when you take Explode pre-workout and everything like that. That bitch have you wired the fuck up. Or whatnot, man. But we're gonna get in here real quick, and everything like that. Yes, sir. Let's fade this music out real quick, and everything like that was good with y'all, man. So we're gonna get up in here. No intro video for tonight. I'm up wired like a motherfucker and everything like that. But what we're gonna do definitely is do a master. You know what I'm saying? A quick master and everything like that. I gotta get a project out to a client here tonight, and I always keep my promise to my clients. When I say I'm gonna deliver, I'm going to deliver or whatnot. This is a mix that I was working with last week and everything like that. And what we're gonna do is just basically put a streaming master, I like to call it. It's not your conventional master, it's not your traditional mastering or whatnot. It's a streaming mastering. So what I mean by that is a streaming mastering is that, you know what I'm saying, we're mastering for the loudness factor, you know what I'm saying, the -14 where YouTube, them two, but where Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, where all of those companies resides at on the loudness meter. That's what we're mastering for. A lot of these records, man, that you put out, man, it really doesn't have to have the EQ, the compression, even though those common practices are taken in consideration and taken seriously or whatnot. We're going to make sure that number one, EQ, compression, saturation, stereo imaging, excitation is all factored in to the master, but at the same time, we achieve the loudness factor. Okay, and the loudness factor is not to get this bitch loud as possible or whatnot. It's about getting it to the target levels for the streaming platforms, number one, and then number two, making sure you have enough dynamic range. That way your beat has clarity and it translates on anything from a cell phone to the iPad that you see right here, to the earbuds that you wear on an everyday basis, to the car, to the TV, and all these different places where music is being streamed at. You see what I'm saying? So the mindset is to, you know what I'm saying, is to make quality music. It's critical these days and whatnot. A lot of people is not taking that seriously because they're making poo-poo music and the quality is subpar. And that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, either A, you got to have a talent to overshine the quality, or if you don't have a talent and the quality is subpar, then you have a problem on your hands. See what I'm saying? So you could take, you know what I'm saying, a subpar artist, but if that quality sounds good, they're winning. This is a little gem to you or whatnot, man. So you know what I'm saying, you have to take all that into factor and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna do tonight, man. This is mixes that I was working on last week. I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap that shit up tonight, and stuff like that. And we'll get to the mixing of the beats tomorrow night, whatnot. What I wanted to do is just gonna take too much time and everything like that. So, and I was unprepared and stuff like that. So this is a priority, so I'd rather share my priority and my work to you guys and whatnot. So what I did was on the mix, I made sure that it sounded good, both on the studio monitors inside the studio and also on the Slate VSX. Now I got to take a picture for Slate and everything like that. I was so honored that Slate Audio hit me up and they want me to do a pose using their equipment and stuff like that. So I have to take care of that on tomorrow and everything like that. So yeah, man, it seemed like endorsement. I'm gonna claim that and I'm gonna get me an endorsement, goddamn it, no whatnot. I already got one. So if you go into the description of this streaming video or whatnot, make sure you go hit up Initial Audio. Okay, Initial Audio HeatUp 3. Y'all see me use this VST all the time. Hey man, click on that link. It's an affiliate link. You know what I'm saying? You want the best sounding, well, I ain't gonna say the best, but one of the best sounding VST instruments out right now. I highly advise you click on that link in the description. Check out HeatUp 3. They're doing a spring sale right now. Get it, because you won't be disappointed. I'm telling you. And also virtual power VST, another great instrument, virtual instrument or whatnot. Black on. Okay. And they're doing a damn good job. Everything sounds good. It's not as big as initial audio HeatUp 3, but it's the same type of instrument. You know what I'm saying? So you get the expansions packs. They have 1 or 2 expansion packs already, and stuff like that. And they also get free sounds. Oh, excuse me. Give you presets without the expansions, and you get plethora of them. So, you know what I'm saying? Definitely check that out as well, man. All right, cool, Bill. Enough of talking. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. We want to switch over to the and that damn sound y'all hearing. I gotta figure that out. That whatever the fuck that shit is. But anyway, all right. So we got a clean slate, or whatnot, far as what we have going on. And this is Studio One project mode. This is not song mode. This is project mode, project session, and not song session. Now let me slide over here and move my webcams for you guys or whatnot. And we're gonna focus. I'm gonna move myself down here at the bottom, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot. All right. Now y'all won't be able to see the information that's given and everything like that, but that's okay though, because we're gonna be using third-party plugins to show loudness factors and everything like that. Okay. So if you've never been in this view in Studio One, this is the project session view. This is where mastering takes place. Okay. So I done mastered, you know what I'm saying, quite a few projects in Studio One. Came out fine, especially for digital streaming platform. I think Studio One has it figured out, where you can mix and master all with one DAW and make beats too. So that's where Studio One is winning at right now, man. This is an all one-stop shop when it comes to produce, mix, master. You know what I'm saying? Definitely was personas need to pay me, man. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so what you need to do is when you get into the project session, you know what I'm saying, of course, you're going to create, you know what I'm saying, your file structure, of course, you know what I'm saying, make sure you go ahead and create your session on whatever hard drive you're going to be on, okay, whatnot. And what you do is once you create that, you'll have this window will open up, okay, nothing in here. There's no such thing as tracks in here until you load up an individual audio file, and that's what we're gonna do. So what you have to do is go to project. Okay, it'll be right here at the top left. You'll see file, edit, and project. Click import file. Okay, once you click import file, okay, you have your window where you go up and look for your mix down session. Okay, and that's what we're gonna do here. All right, so we're gonna click on this wave file. I apologize for that yawn, y'all, but I'm gonna click on this wave file right here. And this is gonna be a quick session, man. Nothing too lengthy or whatnot, because I'm not even gonna think about it. This is what I mean by thinking about mastering. If you have to think about mastering and not going with the feeling and the vibe of the master, you know your master is not gonna come good. If you come with all that technical shit, trust me, I know, 'cause I'm the most technical motherfucker on the planet. I analyze everything to a technical standpoint. My fiance, she get mad at me because, hey, you so goddamn technical about things. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on the 1 and the 2. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But what I have learned is that with mastering, you can't be so goddamn technical. You just got to go with the feeling of it or whatnot. And it always starts out with signal flow, with gain structure, with proper mixing decisions, to headroom, and then when you get the mastering, it's all about just enhancing just a little bit, and that's where we at right now. All right, so you can see my wave file right now. I got headroom. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is flat top. Ain't nothing looking like goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Fucking goddamn kid and play top. Or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? We have dynamic. Anytime you see something that look like ridges like this, or you see trees, you know you have dynamic range. Now, if you know Studio One, you can just click on this file. You can go to loudness information. So when you import a file, it'll create you a track. Okay. Now, when you create this track, you can also add the album name. You can add the artist. So let's say, for instance, we added 10 tracks or 10 individual files audio files in here. We'll have 10 different tracks, and we can name all those tracks will fall underneath the album and an artist name. And they'll tell you, you just click on that and click on that, and you'll know that, hey, all right, cool. Yeah, I need to name that, you know what I'm saying? Player album, you know what I'm saying? Artist X, you know what I'm saying? And you name it like that. And then you can go back and change the title of the track as well. If there's a little drop down arrow, if you click on that drop down arrow, this is where your metadata resides. Now, this what I'm about to tell you is stuff that I will put on my podcast, but this is why I got my YouTube channel to give exclusive content out for the low. I should be charging y'all for this, but hey, you know, hey, this is what it is. It's called giving back. You understand what I'm saying? All right, cool. Put the artist name there. All right. If the artists have a ISRC code already, cool. You know what I'm saying? But with a lot of DSPs out there, that's digital streaming platforms for the people in the back. With digital streaming platforms, they're going to probably more than likely give you an ISRC code after you upload your files, your master files. So you can put that there, and that's an option or whatnot. But you normally get this embedded on the back end when you upload it through the DSP. Okay. All right. So that's for the people in the back. That's what the ISRC code. That's that little code that gets you paid, you know what I'm saying, through your PRO, which is the Performance Rights Organization. Come on, man. We not in the military, you know what I'm saying? God damn. Go to the DFAC. Y'all know what the DFAC is? The dining facility. God damn, bro. Anyway, you can add, you know what I'm saying, whatever comments that you want here in this section. You can put the songwriter name. So let's say, for instance, this record has a specified person that was a songwriter. You can put that person name. The producer or beat maker or whatever you want to call them, that would be the composer. You put that person name down there. The arranger is more likely the artist or someone else that came and, you know what I'm saying, put the whole record together and said, hey, this hook need to be copied right here to be a pre-hook to go into the second verse. And then after that second verse, we need a bridge. And then the bridge just need to go into the goddamn outro. That would be an arranger. So all y'all folks that be sitting in the studio giving out free game to a lot of these artists that don't know how to put a song together, credit. I'm just saying. I ain't say it. Y'all heard it here first, man. I'm just saying. A lot of niggas rock around here, you know what I'm saying, stealing credit. I'm just saying. Anyway, make sure you put your genre here, you know what I'm saying, hip hop, rap, R&B, you know what I'm saying, punk, hip hop, whatever the fuck your genre is, put it right there. Own it. It's metadata. It stays with the MP3 forever and ever, ever, and ever, ever. You know what I'm saying? It'll show up on your car dash. You know what I'm saying? We're not living in CD days no more. We're living in a digital age. So you have a digital dash in your you know what I'm saying, in your car or whatnot. So the everything a display, including the metadata, you know what I'm saying, that you put in here. Put the year. That's important too. So anytime somebody come down 40 years down the road and they come across your record and stuff like that, all this metadata will come with that audio file and stuff like that. And you have, excuse me, a chance, excuse me, to put your digital artwork up here. So you have a project file. Excuse me, I need some water. You have a project file. You have digital artwork. That digital artwork goes right here. See what I'm saying? That digital artwork goes right here. All right. And you upload just go and look for the artwork. Just that simple. So if you got somebody that's mastering in Studio One, what I tell my clients is give me your artwork, give me the title of your songs, and I ask for all that metadata information. Okay. And that's just like that. Excuse me, y'all. I may have to take a little intermission to get a bottle of water. Whatnot, but that's basically a breakdown of what the track does inside the project session. Okay. This first box up here will be where all your plugins will reside. Okay. Excuse me. All your plugins will reside right here. Okay. And we'll be using Softube Weiss Gambit series, which is used by the Studio One. So if you look at the webcam below, right next to the Joint Chief of Staff seal where my hands are, you will see that we have the Softube Console 1 hardware software controller. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to take a break, y'all. I'm sorry. And we'll be using the Softube Weiss Gambit series to control that plugin right there, and then we'll use a couple other different things and whatnot. All right, and then you also have another section where you could put inserts on the master. I will only use, seeing as how we got one file that we're going to be dealing with, I wouldn't use anything on the master inserts if you're dealing with one file or less. It's only one file, so it can't be less, right? Gotcha. All right, just make sure y'all paying attention. All right, so if you're only using one file, you don't have to necessarily use the master. Now you can if you want to, and I'm gonna show you why you can if you want to. And then you also have post. So post basically will be more inserts that you could put on here, and that would be something like a loudness analyzer, motherfucking meter plugin, goddamn spectrum analyzer, something of that nature. Okay. Or something like we're going to use today, and that's going to be the VSX. So let's get started with that, setting that up. So what we're going to do is type in VSX. All right. And oh, I got two of them. Okay. So we'll choose this one. Hopefully it don't crash my computer. Never saw the VST3 version. Where is that? I told you I shouldn't have did that right there. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. So we'll be using the VST3. Oh, excuse me, the VST3 version of VSX tonight on this one right here. All right, and what we're gonna do, because we're doing mastering, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the Howie Weinberg mastering room. Double click on that, and I'm gonna put it in engineer mode. So that just means that my sense of what I'm gonna listen through the VSX is gonna be right there, kind of like where I'm sitting at in my setup. You know what I'm saying? Right here. The client is gonna be for the dude in the back. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put it on engineer mode and keep it there. All right. And when we need to, you know what I'm saying, use that as a reference, will be readily available. All right. My master, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this plugin called Streamliner. And you can get Streamliner with Plugin Alliance. You can buy the plugin individually for whatever it's cost. But if you have the mega bundle or the mix and mastering bundle, if I'm not mistaken, you definitely can take advantage of this. But hey, we got it, and we good and stuff like that. So I'm a mega bundle subscriber, and I have to say I love it. I've been a mega bundle subscriber for 3 years. Well, actually, in July will make 3 years. So I've been a mega bundle subscriber. Actually, hold on, let me run that beat back. I've been a subscriber since. Yeah. Okay. July will make 3 years. So that's how good these plugins are. Okay. All right, cool. So Streamliner just basically gonna tell us where we at with our levels according to major platforms or according to MP3 codec all bit rates. AAC, which is a codec for iOS, all bit rates. OGG Vorbis, if you use that. Opus, if you use that. You know what I'm saying? Dance music, indie, India streaming. So India has their own streaming platforms, major platforms, minor platforms, and also social media. All right, cool. So if this was, let's say, for instance, a jingle for Walmart, you know what I'm saying, and I'm mastering the track, I'll put it on social media and I'll check the loudness levels for Facebook, Instagram, and also Twitch and also YouTube. Okay. But seeing as how this is gonna be a music, this is a music situation, I'll put it on major platforms, and now I'll be able to analyze the target loudness units, or the loudness targets volume units, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's really loudness units. So we'll analyze those units per platform. So Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, Deezer, SoundCloud, Bandcamp is the top ones right there, man. So that's where a lot of your consumption of your music is being downloaded and streamed these days. Now you have a dynamic meter, dynamic range meter, and also you have a loudness meter. Just straightforward like that, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at with all of that right there. We're going to go ahead and turn that off. Next and lastly is our insert section. That's where we'll put our plugins at and get this bad boy mastered. So without further ado, let's get up in this bitch. So let's go ahead and First thing I like to do is find the loudest part of the song. If you're mastering, this is what you need to do. Find the loudest part of the song. Just that simple. Let's go.
You go up the middle, where your heart at. It don't matter if you big or little. Listen with your ears, see with your eyes. Use your brain and not your heart to figure out what's the lies. Might not be a boss, but have a boss mind frame. It might be a lot of work, but you the one gaining gain. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
All right, cool deal. So I found the loudest part of the song is real self-explanatory for the people in the back. Just look at your wave file. If you have a nice, gain stage wave file, you will notice that, okay, this section right here, this section right here looks like the loudest part of the song. Okay, it don't take a rocket science to figure that shit out. You can just look at it and, yeah. But I also need to check the quietest part of the song, the song as well, for compression purposes, and stuff like that. So this part was actually worked out in my favor. So we got the loop on that, and we'll be ready to go to pull up some plugins and get the party started. But before I do that, some more talking. God damn it! This is a learning channel, not give you what you want to hear type of channel. Y'all can go to other people that's getting paid the big bucks to give you what you want to hear. No, you're going to learn the right way to do shit here. All right. So, hey, I apologize, but we're going to talk some more. All right. So what we're going to do is highlight this track right here. All right. We're going to click on the loudness information. And what the loudness information is going to do is it's going to show you where you're at currently. Okay. Right now, it's not telling us anything. Okay. It says pre-effects because if we had effects in the insert section, for example, it'll give us the loudness factors where we'll be at before the plugins. Post effects is after the plugins. So if I had like 4 or 5 plugins in the insert section, it's going to give me the loudness effect afterwards. But with third-party plugins, you really don't need to do that. So I like to see where I'm at currently. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and select this track. And what we're going to do is we can go ahead and get a reading real quick.
Not your heart to figure.
Let's see here. Uh-oh. Should be a way I can get this on and popping. Let's see here. Okay, you ain't gonna work for daddy today. Bitch, you ain't gonna work for daddy today. Let's see what we got going on, man. All right, so there should be a button here. But let me see if I need to put a plugin on here first. So let's go ahead and pull up console 1 real quick. Console 1, man. Again, this is it right here. All right, they picked up. All right, now I put that plugin in there, and you will see at the top it says update loudness. Okay, so you have to have the plugin on there and stuff like that. Okay, that's why you got pre-effects and post-effects, basically before and after the plugin. So we're gonna do before the plugin. All right, and I could leave this off. It's not gonna affect, what's going on with what the plugin doing. So we could just leave this on. Excuse me, we can leave this on. All right, so I'm gonna hit update loudness. It's just gonna analyze the audio file, and once they analyze the audio file, it'll give us our integrated levels, our LRA levels, true peak levels, RMS, and also DC levels at that. Okay. All right. And look like it's done. Yep. I think we're done, man. Okay. Yeah. I can move the plugin around. Yeah, we're done. So right now, without even doing any type of processing, we're sitting at -15 LUFS. So we're like 1 dB away of just saying, fuck it, we done. But that lets us know that we have 1 dB of loudness we can add to this overall track. Okay, 1 dB. Okay, that we can add to this overall track to get it to Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, SoundCloud levels, which is on average around -14. Okay, right now we're sitting at -15 on the dot. All right, cool deal. Our true peak is 0.1 dB, so we need to turn that down or put a limiter on there just to knock off that tenth of a tenth of a dB or whatnot. Okay, our RMS level is sitting at -14.6. I like to have my RMS level at -12 just to be on the safe side. So we roughly have around 2 dB to play with to get at a -12 RMS level. Okay, or whatnot, and that is basically where we at. All right, cool. So this is what we're gonna do. What we're going to do. Oh, and our dynamic range look like we're at 5.7. So, I'm sorry. No, that's the LU. I'm sorry, the loudness units. Okay. All right, cool. So we just ready to go, man. All right, so that's our loudness units, our information. We can keep it up there. We can drop it down. It's not gonna go anywhere because we updated the loudness. All right. So we got this little deal right here, or whatnot. But we want to pull up the real deal. All right. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and load up my strip. If it'll load up. Let's see. And it want to be an ass because you know what? I got the wrong one on here. So let's go ahead and you know what I may have to do, folks? Because this plugin, it's weird. I may have to restart it. Yep. It don't want to work. It don't want to work. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. Let me do this real quick. Real quick in a hurry. So, I don't know if it's just a bug with my controller, but I have to do this all the time. I have to reset the OSD window. That's the on-screen display. And of course, it'll restart my shit. Bitch. All right. So that's what happens when I do that. All right. All right. So it's going to restart, do all the scanning, or whatnot. So what I'm going to do is just go back to y'all. And while that's scanning up and stuff like that, I hope it saved my goddamn session. Whatnot, man. I don't even think I had it hooked up, to be honest with you, man. So that's probably why Personas did what it did. All right, so let me show you guys what I'm looking at right now. All right, so let's go back real quick. All right, so the reason why I did that because I didn't have it hooked up. I hooked it up in the middle of everything or whatnot. So I had Studio One open for a while, and I didn't confirm it in here. So that's why Studio One was like, bitch, fuck you. You need to hook this motherfucker up type shit or whatever. All right, so once we open that and everything like that, we have to create this project file again because it didn't save. All right. So what we'll do is hit new project, and y'all definitely see it for yourselves or whatnot. So we're going to call this master. I'm just going to call it master always. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and find that folder. All right. And we'll go here. And what I'm going to do is go here. Oh, actually, no, I'll save it right here. All right. Actually, you know what? We'll go here and save it in there. Select that folder. I'm going to choose 48,000 sample rate because that I know that's the sample rate for my WAV file. So that's kind of important. Not really, but you don't want to down sample. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep it at the same sample rate. So if you was to choose 44.1 thousand hertz, not going to hurt anything, but it's kind of like you're degrading your quality a little bit on your WAV file. All right, so we're going to hit OK. Bam, we back where we was before. And I just got to import this session, this song one more time. One more motherfucking time. God damn. All right, so once we choose that, boom, there it is. Right there. Now, I ain't going to show y'all what the fuck to do with the loudness units because we already talked about that. We got third-party plugins that we're going to add in here. So we'll just go to recent, and we'll choose Streamliner. We're just gonna set up what we had on here the last time, y'all, because Persona decided they wanted to be an ass wipe. So, what else I had on here? Adapter liner and I forgot what I had on there, but that's not important. What is important is, let's see if we can get this to work. This go around right, cha. All right, we got that, and let's see if we can get it to. Okay, so you want to be a dick tonight? All right, all right, bet. You want to be a dick tonight? So what we did, we just quit it. We quit it and hit it. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and close it out in my tax manager real quick. And this is how I beat the system with it, and it closed my shit down again. Okay, so we may have to do another way of doing it. I was trying to show y'all, but this motherfucker being an asshole. Or whatnot. Remind me to cut this part out. Nah, I ain't gonna cut it out, man. This is live. And this is what you guys need to see when shit is live like this, you hear me? But before I do that, let me go ahead and initialize this bad boy real quick and turn it on, to be honest with you. All right. So what I gotta do, and the reason why it's doing this because Studio One is using my graphics card, and this plugin, it has a separate so Console One has a separate plugin that it utilizes, and it also uses the graphics card as well. So that plugin that you're seeing, that's only just to make it look pretty. There's actually a separate display that works in conjunction with the controller, and this is what you're seeing right now. So what you're seeing right now, that's basically what I'm trying to get started. So I have to get that initiated first, and I haven't used console in a while, so it just ran. It's just a brain fart. That's all it is, folks. So now I can turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on by hitting the button, and you can see my fingers doing that. All right, I'm gonna reconnect our device again. Just make sure that console one is being read through the external devices via MIDI. All right, we hit OK. And let's start this motherfucker over again. God damn it. Shit. All right, so we gotta do this bullshit all over again, man. Don't you love technology and all the controllers and fancy shit that you gotta do? So what we'll do is create that real quick. We'll go here. Go to master. And we'll create another goddamn folder once motherfucking again. Okay, so we have to create another folder. All right, so once we create that folder, just select that folder right there, put it on 44.8. All right, cool deal. All right, first things first. Fuck the dumb shit. We're gonna go ahead and pull in our audio file real quick. So y'all seeing exactly how this shit goes without the bullshit that I got going on with my motherfucking tool. Whatnot. All right, so what we're gonna do now is pull up console once more. All right, and we'll pull that up right there. All right, once that pulls up, I'm gonna hit the button to turn it on. That's what I was trying to initiate, y'all. So by default, it'll give you solid state logic. You can use the SSL emulation that they have, and this has been certified through solid state logic, you know what I'm saying, of course, out of Oxford, England, or whatnot. But we're not going to use that. We're going to use Weiss. All right, so there's a special button that I got to choose. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and choose the Weiss Gambit series. Now, the Weiss Gambit series is nothing but the Softube Weiss components or processors, such as the EQ and the compressor, and also the limiter, crammed into one console, one plug-in or whatnot. Okay, but it's really for mastering. So if you have this, don't use this in mixing because it takes up a lot of CPU. So it's really used in this world of mastering. Let me tell you something. This motherfucker good. It's real good. All right. So now that we got that on, what we're gonna do is initiate the EQ, and we're gonna initiate the compressor because that's the two things we're gonna use. All right. All right. Cool. We're gonna turn that off right there. I'm not gonna even do the streamline shit because well, fuck it, we gotta do it. Shit. All right, we'll pull up the streamliner real quick right here. All right, and then the master, we're not gonna too much worried about that right there. All right, and then what we normally do. Now I could start out with saturation, but trying to think what else I can know I'm gonna use for show, like a show for show. And I always like to line up my my plugin chain first. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and get my limiter. You already know how I'm gonna rock. This will be my first time mastering with the True Peak. Whatnot. Where you at? Where you went, buddy? The plugin is disappearing on your boy. Okay, that's weird. All right now. Let's see. The plugin don't want to show his face, or is that just me today? I think it's just me. All right, so that's the plugin right there. This is the limiter we're gonna use. Okay. Now, the console one, it has a limiter built inside, but we're not gonna use it because I like it and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And then what we're gonna do is add some saturation. All right, so we're gonna go for a. I want a more of a clean saturation, but judging by the nature of the song, we'll go ahead and use this as a saturator. All right, and then there's a couple of the goodies that I'm gonna save for last for you guys. All right, so we're not gonna fuck with that right there. All right, but what I am gonna do is pull out my favorite mid-side EQ, and that's the BX Digital. All right, so the BX Digital V3, I'm gonna use this as a mid-side EQ. All right, and I'm gonna put that first in the chain. Turn everything off. Turn that bad boy on. My plugins keep going to my home screen. This is my secondary screen. All right, cool. So we on here first. All right. First thing I want to do is warm my ears up. Like I said before, I'm gonna go ahead and just highlight the loop right here on the loudest and the soft part right here. All right, we're gonna play that.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher
that's what it was, the VSX. I gotta blow that up, but that's all right.
It's the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
So we just checking the levels, warming up my ears. All right, so I put my spectrometer on waterfall so I can see my heat map. Y'all know I rock with the heat map and everything like that. Works exactly the same as the spectrometer, all right? Cool deal. So what we're going to do is solo the side information or the stereo section and listen to the side information. I know it ain't too much we need to do with it because we did mid-side processing in the mix. So I may be doing an overkill, so I'm gonna show y'all how I combat this, just to make sure that we got everything all right. So y'all hear that? What I'm gonna do is bump up the mid-range just a tad bit. right.
How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? More people bigger and tougher than you.
I'm gonna disengage that bell frequency. I'm listening to the snare drum, and the daddy always told me. Oh, y'all can't see that plug-in. I'm sorry. I'm gonna run that beat back one more time so y'all can see what the hell I'm doing. So I'll bring it back to 0. Sounds fine right there at 0.9 dB. So with mastering, you ain't gotta boost everything or whatnot. You gotta hear that subtle difference. You hear that subtle difference, you're doing your job. All right, so that's all I hear in the side information. It's just to bump that high, that little high mid frequency or whatnot. I'm gonna throw this out of solo and put this in mono, okay, or mid information. Play that all again right here.
The grass is much greener on the other side. But it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes?
You hear a difference, right?
You ain't untouchable.
Mid-side.
More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a
Seems
pistol
like we need some more lows in here, right?
To do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead.
So look at this right here.
Cause tomorrow you might be dead.
So about 86. We just need some sub lows. Hear how we using the resonant frequency to own in where the sub lows stop. Bam. I was 2 hertz off, so I'm gonna keep it at 88 hertz. Bam.
Touchable. More people.
I'm gonna keep it on shelf, and I'm gonna boost up a little bit.
People bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you
I don't want to add too much because I got another part of the EQ that I want to do. I just want to hear just a subtle difference. So I added 0.7 dB on that.
Be dead.
I'm gonna go back here.
You gonna see the snakes trying to hide. You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
So what I'm doing now is seeing where the crossover point for the low frequencies, and what I saw in eyeball was 116. So we're gonna put this on Mono Maker, and Mono Maker is just gonna say, hey, you know what? Everything under this given frequency is gonna be in mono. All right, so we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna put it at 120 and call it a motherfucking day. Bro, I'm all over the place tonight. What the fuck? That's that pre-workout. All right, most important thing is to take the mid information out, because it sounds like it's a stereo, right? And it sounds like, okay, yeah, this is it, but we still got the stereo information to listen to. So make sure you disengage the button whenever you get a chance to. Disengage that button, and you'll be good to go. Now you'll hear everything put together. As soon as I put this right here.
It's much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the
you hear the difference now?
You ain't untouchable.
Now I'm gonna turn the plug-in off.
Tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow.
Let me run that back one more time.
It's much greener on the other side, but it ain't been
plug-in is off.
How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol.
So let's talk about that. Oh man, when you engage the plug-in, it's kind of like it opened up. Yeah. That's what mid-side EQ do. It opens up magically. The beauty part about it is you're taking side information, you're taking mid information, all right, and you're EQing this. So just imagine if you was to boost side information and then boost the mid. Now you're creating a 3D dimension. You're enhancing a 3D dimension almost. Okay, so if I was to turn this off,
Grass is much greener.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I want you
it ain't been cut
to
in
hear
months.
it.
How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
You hear the difference? I engaged it in the middle of the daddy always told me, you know what I'm saying? And the dude that was singing, you know what I'm saying? You can hear the difference. It kind of made it more dimensional, you know what I'm saying? So that's what mid-side EQ, and just a little hint, just a, you know what I'm saying? Just a little hint of that. All right, so we're going to go to the Big Daddy. That's the Weiss. All right, now this is where we're going to get real creative, start sculpting and really taking the block of the ice and smoothing it out. Not so rigid and, you know what I'm saying, cut here with a like a ninja knife or whatever. Now we're going to start, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start shaving that ice where it's smooth all the way around. That's what we're going to do. All right, so let's go ahead and do that.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead. Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Ooh, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Hold on. Let me play that one more time.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide?
Y'all hear how that high end just popped out or whatever? I was being too conservative. What I told y'all, don't be so technical like, man, I can't go past the dB. That's doing too much. No, sometimes the track is missing high end. Sometimes the track just need that low end. Sometimes the track just need to take some of the mids out. You have to mix with vibe and feeling. See what I'm saying? It's like rubbing on titties. You know what I'm saying? When you know how them titties gonna feel when you close your eyes and you rub on titties. That's basically how mastering is. You closing your eyes and you rubbing on titties. All right? I'm just keeping it 100, man. That's how this shit is. You know what I'm saying? So I heard something, and that's why I'm not afraid to always boost when I'm mastering and stuff like that. So let's run that bitch back one more time.
You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
I like it right there. I can hear the top end of that snare.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable.
Yeah, right there. 2.8 dB.
And now
don't be scared.
Pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow.
Now what we got going on is the smiley face technique. Man, yeah, nigga, I'm old school, bro. Yeah, man. Smiley face technique. Look at the EQ curve. We low shell and high shell. Boost, smiley face. Now, we could do the smiley face real talk, and if it's too much mids, you know what I'm saying, scoop somewhere in the mids, but Nowadays, with all this, you know what I'm saying, small ass speakers we're consuming our music in, the more you scoop the mids, the more you're not going to be able to hear those mid frequencies in small ass ear pods or fucking Samsung Galaxy pods, goddamn earbuds that you buy off of Amazon, motherfucking goddamn cell phone right here, iPad right here, and such and such and such and such. These are small motherfucking speakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this speaker in here is like shit, about the size of a goddamn piece of candy. An M&M, for example. That's the speaker. So if I scoop the mids out, what you think gonna happen when you playing this out in a room with talking people? You're not gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, translate the mid frequencies or the mid information like you need to. You know what I'm saying? Full grown laughing. What's good with you, bro? You like that titties analogy, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. That's like what it is. But when you scoop out the mid range and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna hear it in the mid frequencies or whatnot. So your smiley face technique now from an old school sense used to be like this, but now it's like this almost. So it's not a smiley face, it's more like a frown these days, because you really gotta, you know what I'm saying, be mindful of the mid range or whatnot. So we're gonna run this back one more time.
Or you might be dead.
Y'all hear that ringing? Hold on, let me hit a ring. Sometimes if you find the resonant frequencies, it'll tell you where sometimes the mid frequencies are missing at. So really in this, now I have to listen through the vocals. I have to listen to the instrumental. It's almost like you have to blend a lot of different things when it comes to the vocals, and then listen through at some point and listen through the record and listen to the instruments or whatnot. So the keys are kind of low. I don't have the multi-tracks to turn it up in the mastering, so I have to listen through the mix. So a technique that you can do is with this particular EQ, you can't get this narrow of a Q bandwidth with some EQ. So it depends on your EQ. But with this one, we're at 110 Q, you know what I'm saying, Q bandwidth. So that's very, 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 very narrow. And we can hear the fineness where we at. So we're finding the midpoint. And once we find that midpoint, then we start to spread it out, and you really hear whatever it is you're trying to boost or whatnot. So we found that resonant frequency. I'm gonna play that one more time. It's in key with the vocals. That's another key. If you find that frequency, it should be in key with the dominant instrument or the lead instrument or the vocals, wherever that may be at, especially in the hook.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months.
See how the auto-tune that is?
Trying to hide. You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol.
You hear it tune now?
Everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be
Watch when
dead.
she starts singing. Now I'm gonna move the frequency up. Oh, you see it got out of tune. I'm gonna move it down, see how it get out of tune. You know what I'm saying? It's now in tune with the vocals or whatnot. Now I'm very much stretching it or whatnot. I don't need it to be, you know what I'm saying, 8 dB of gain. Nah. See, this is what happens. If I turn that Q bandwidth to its normal, you know what I'm saying, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Close your ears. This is what you'll hear.
Grass is much greener on.
See what I'm saying? So yeah. So it'll affect a lot of different things. So it just depends on the filter type for the EQ, how much dB you're gaining, and your frequency range and all of that. So we're gonna bring that down to 0, and then we're gonna adjust by taste.
on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do.
So what I'm doing is
figure out exactly what's.
So now what I'm gonna do is I boost it, and at the same time as I'm boosting, I'm twisting the Q bandwidth and turning down the gain. So what I'm doing is the stuff that I used to do in audio school. While you sit up there and listening to it on the console, you got to take use of both of your hands. And it's a pleasant feeling. I ain't gonna lie to you, when you can use both of your hands and make those two adjustments and stuff like that versus using it on a mouse click and you having to do one parameter at a time. It kind of takes the true essence out of nailing it right there of the feeling. So when you mix on the console, it's a different mixing feeling than you're doing with just the mouse. That's why a lot of mixing controllers and mixers of alike is popular, but you're going to pay the price for it as well and stuff like that. So let's run that beat back, and I'm going to just give you a lot of demonstration. You can watch my hands on that webcam underneath me.
What's ahead? Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
I just bumped it up just a little bit, 0.6 dB, and I'm probably still doing it too much. I hear the resonance now. Once you make your ear known to that resonance, your brain is gonna remember that. It's like a forever ice storm, hurricane wind, or tornado wind that you never forget. That's basically what a resonant frequency is gonna be. All right, so I still hear it. Is 0.6 dB is still too much, so we're gonna turn it down a little bit more.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't.
There it is, right there, 0.2. That's what mastering is all about. It's a feeling, but don't do too much. Once you hear it, stop. Once you stop, it ain't mixing. It's mastering or whatnot. And that's why mastering tools are so fucking good. And like this plugin is good. Shit, I paid enough for it. Shit, damn near $400 for what you're looking at. So, yeah, it better fucking work like this. It better work like that. Once I get to that technique, I just wanted to bump the mid range just a much. Once I get the EQ down, I'm gonna listen to it analytically. Then I'm gonna go and make my determination on compression.
Ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead. Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide?
All right, cool. So I bumped up the dB on the low end just a little bit. I felt like it wasn't hit me in the chest. I'm weird, but what I hear, I can also kind of feel it in my chest without actually not trying to feel it. So I kind of felt it right here. Even though I'm doing this through headphones and everything like that. Hey, it's 2021. I mean, everything is untraditional nowadays, but I think that's where we need to be at. Let's go ahead and move on to compression. Now, this is where you can you could do multi-band compression, or you can do just regular single band compression. In this case, it's single band compression. The reason why I'm not gonna do multi-band compression, because this was a 2-track beat with vocals. So I did my multi-band compression on the vocals. The beat is already mixed, you know what I'm saying? So there's no point of doing all of this compression that's gonna fuck up the sound. So if I do the single band compression, I'm just squeezing just a little bit in there, just enough to say I need to see the meter move. Okay, so that's what we're gonna achieve. All right. Your ratio depends, but I always start at 2-to-1. If it's too much, I bring it down. Never go past 2-to-1. That's just me. You may be different. Your mix may be different, but I don't go necessarily past 2-to-1 on the ratio. Always for me, I'm slow attack all the way fast. Threshold up, and put the ratio again at what the hell? Okay, there we go, 2-to-1, right there. All right, let's go.
You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody
we're gonna go ahead and start adjusting the threshold.
Enjoy the day, cause
too much.
tomorrow you
See
might
that?
be dead. Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than.
All right, so I backed off on the attack 200 milliseconds, and I saw that meter pump like I wanted to. I just needed the one pump to, you know what I'm saying? And I took the threshold down just so I could see a little bit. This meter, it sucks. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it don't tell me if I'm at -1, -2. I just gotta use my ears. You know what I'm saying? It's very vague metering, but you know what I'm saying? It's very vague metering, but you have to use your ears. So that's why I like using this tool when I do use it, because it kind of takes focus off of precise graphical user interface stuff, and it makes you kind of put you in the mindset of you have to use your ears and your mind in order to make these decisions. So we at 2-to-1. Nah, I think we good, man. Let me play it one more time.
And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
We good. 2-to-1 is fine. I increased the ratio up to hear the perceived loudness. And, you know what I'm saying, it started to sound not good. You know what I'm saying? Turned it down past 2-to-1, getting into 1.7, 1.8, and you notice the energy wasn't there. So 2-to-1 was like right there in the playing field. To be honest with you, 1.96 is where I made my connection at. So let me play that one more back.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide?
That's it right
you ain't
there.
Untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to.
Right there. All right, I'm gonna stop. All right, that's it right there. All right, cool. Now I said we was gonna use the limiter in here. This will be the limiter. You have a drive effect here, and that drive effect affects the limiting type. So that drive effect actually affects the signal going into the limiter character. So you have like this, you have 3 different type of characters of limiters, or what they call some type of compression or whatnot. The manual don't explain it too well, but this DS1 is actually a limiter. This type 1, type 2 is a type of compression with a limiting type of parameters built into it, and you use the drive to get a different character or whatnot. But we ain't gonna use that shit though, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna turn that off. On the drive, when you should turn that off, that turns off the limiting type function or whatever. All right, so next thing we need to do is just double check our input meter with our output meter.
To do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
All right, cool. I brought it down 1.7 dB on the plugin just to make sure our gain staging right. If I was to bypass this plugin, we're gonna go ahead and quit looking at that. If I was to turn this console one off, I should not hear somewhat of a audible difference, but I should hear more of a EQ dynamic difference.
It's much greener on the other side, but it
All right,
ain't
the
been
plugin
cut in
is
months.
on.
How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people.
All right, we're gonna hit the bypass button right here. This is the bypass button
for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
It's bypassed. All right, we're gonna about to turn it on right here when the beat comes back in. Here we go, unbypassed. So it kind of gives it this finished effect, but it's all we did was EQ and compression. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we did the bypass. The audible level is right there where I want it to be, but we can hear the difference in EQ and compression or whatnot. All right. So the next part we're gonna do is we could do some this, because of this track and the type of vibe, I could do some saturation in there, but I'm afraid that if I do that, we're gonna ruin the clean sound that we got. I think it's gonna take away from the clean sound that we have. What the fuck, bro? So my plugin not gonna. So we ain't. Oh, okay. So we doing that today. All right. So I guess this. Oh, there it is. All right, bro. All right, cool. So we'll put it on master. You know what I'm saying? Drive type for this particular plugin. We got it on neutral. We're gonna bring down that drive. I'm gonna bring down the character. Okay, so we want as much defaultness as possible. Okay. Now we're gonna turn this on. I can't guarantee you what it's gonna sound like, but it's gonna sound like something. Here we go.
Greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol.
See what I'm talking about? So we don't need to we don't need to do this. Not at all. Not this type of saturator. We could go with SSL's saturator, which is the X saturator. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. All right, cool. So this is the SSL X saturator. All right. What we're gonna do is bring the depth down and keep the shaping right there, and you'll notice that this is a little bit cleaner, but it can get a little dirty. All right, so let's go and check this out.
Greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Okay, so you hear that, right? Okay, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's too beefy and it doesn't really sound clean. Now you can go and use this one, which is going to be the let me see if I can find this bitch. What it's called? Goddamn! Oh, the black box. I'm sorry about that. Having a brain for it. Now the black box is a different type of beast. Cause it'll give it like a radio type of sound. You know what I'm saying? We're using the newer version, the black box MS. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is randomly hit the channel. All right, and we're gonna do this right here. Now this is a different animal. All right. So what it does is you can add. You got 3 different types of saturation. You have saturation, of course. Then you have this two type of saturation, pinto and triode. All right. The pinto is going to do something different than the triode. What it does, your ears just have to make that determination. But you're getting 3 types of let's say for instance, you're getting 3 types of seasoning to season your meat. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful, because if you put too much here, it may be spicy. You put too much here, it may be salty. You put too much here, it may be too pepper. What's the difference between spicy and pepper? I don't know, man. But you'll find out here pretty soon. So let's go ahead and play this, and you're gonna definitely hear what I'm talking about.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna
Yeah, that sounds like too much pepper right there.
see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable.
That's just the saturator.
More people bigger and tougher than you.
All right, so saturation sounds like too much pepper. Let's hear what the triode do.
And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead.
Yeah, that sounds like it's too salty. The triode. This one might be spicy.
Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Yeah, the pentode is definitely spicy. Yeah, man. So pepper and spicy right next to each other. Triode's gonna be a little too salty right there, man. So you have to kind of hear the harmonics of what this saturator is doing or whatnot. All right, so the first thing I do with this particular plug-in or whatnot, and I'm gonna use this very, very mildly or whatnot, man. All right, because it's like the overall record is brisket. You know what I'm saying? You want the natural juices of the brisket to give the meat the flavor, right? You don't want your seasoning to determine the flavor of the meat. That makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? It's the fat that's on the meat. The fat is the record. This is only seasoning, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to over season it or whatnot. So I'm gonna show you how kind of like my thought process with it or whatnot. Before I turn any knobs, I go through this TMT technology and find a stereo pair channel that complements the record. Okay, hold on a second.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Like 15 and 16. But 12 and 13 just, it has that feeling. Okay, we're gonna go with the feeling. Now we know saturation did a little bit too much. It was a little bit too pepper. So with the pepper, I'm gonna add it to the mid frequencies. Now the good thing about this new version is that they changed it from the old version. The old version just gave you saturation across the whole frequency spectrum from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. What the saturation does now, it gives you these different filter types that you can tune into. So let's say, for instance, I only want to add saturation to the 600 filter type, 600 hertz filter type at whatever the fixed Q band width is. That's what we're gonna. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a variable Q band width. Excuse the fuck out of me. So if we choose a Bell filter or a bandpass, all right, we can tune into what selected frequency we want to add saturation to and adjust the Q band width at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is make this bitch all the way narrow at 1 Q band width, and that's not narrow. All right, and what we're gonna do is start at the bottom, 20 hertz. All right, we're gonna turn this bad boy on and we're gonna sweep, but we're gonna put it in solo mode. You put it in solo mode, you can only hear what's being affected far as the frequency is concerned. All right, here we go. Ooh. So what you're hearing is where saturation is going to be applied per frequency that you choose. Now, the perception of this is what makes your eardrums tickle. And right now, I could tell you right now in these headphones, my brain and my eardrums is dancing with each other. I like it right there. All right, now what we're gonna do is spread that Cubase with water. Right there. All right, we're gonna take it out of solo mode and we're gonna push the saturation up. Now we can bring it all the way down and you're not gonna hear anything. So if I was to play this one more time and put it in solo, you don't hear saturation. So what we was doing was we was at the median 50 percentile on the saturation, and that's what we was hearing, saturation, okay? And we can introduce it slowly once we take it out solo. Here we go.
It ain't been cut in months, how you gonna see the snakes trying to hide?
Now I'm gonna put it at 75%. Y'all gonna hear the difference.
And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the
See how the vocals creep out at you?
You might be dead. Much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months, how you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
All right, cool deal. So I had to make an adjustment, and not to even go at 27% was sounding good. And what I did was backed off on the Cubase with a little bit, made it a little bit more narrow or whatnot. So that was the pepper side of things. Let's see if we can make it spicy. I don't think it's gonna sound good spicy. I already know that, but let's just go ahead and see. That's the Pinto.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months, how you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you.
All right, so 51%, just 1% added on the Pinto. By default is at 50%, but we just added 1%. We good.
And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
All right, so we're gonna add some salt onto that. And I highly doubt it. This is gonna sound right. Yeah, we don't even need it.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months, how you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can.
Yeah, we don't even need to add it. Yeah. I wasn't feeling it negative or positive. You know, right in the middle is good. Now there's another parameter. It's called air. Then we can introduce some air frequencies. It's kind of like the Mag EQ type of situation where you can add the air frequency band or whatnot. It's not the same thing, but it does something, a little sizzle in there or whatnot. So I guess, you know, I can't put no analogy on this. I mean, we got fucking pepper, spicy, salty, whatnot, but what the fuck I guess this would be the grease. I don't know. No, not exactly sure. But you could definitely hear the difference when you put it at 0% and then you engage the air button.
I can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
And it's really not needed on this as well. And the reason why I don't want to do too much on the high end of this is because, number one, the beat got the... Y'all notice I made that same sound throughout the mix session that I did or whatnot, because the beat just I don't know, it's doing something that is conflicting with the high frequencies with the vocal, and she's already airy on her vocals as well, so we don't want to mess that up too much, you know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is just leave that alone as it is. We're gonna drop down at the bottom, yeah, y'all can see that, at the bottom right of the plugin, and we have this knob called density. Now the density is almost like the density kind of gives you, just picture the density as you got your brisket in the smoker and you turn it around so it can smoke on the other side. But if you turn it back on the other side, you can keep it on one side, but it's going to catch all the smoke on one side of the meat. If you flip it around the other side, you can catch the other side of the smoke on the other meat. So you got to find where, you know what I'm saying, it'll fall into place, like talking about. I keep looking down at my phone because somebody trying to call me on IG. Weird. Man, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck? Anyway, so we're gonna play around with the density to find where the juices are resonating in the meat, the record, for example. All right. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, and I'm gonna take it out just a little bit out of that loop so we can play around with it just a little bit.
Pick up your dribble, be ready if you go up the middle. Where your heart at, it don't matter if you big or little. Listen.
All right, so we got the density all the way to the left.
Use your brain and not your heart to figure out what's the lies. Might not be a boss, but have a boss.
Got it all the way to the right.
It might be a lot of work, but you the one gaining game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the.
All right, cool deal. So density is kind of like, you know what I'm saying, it's going to take the edge off the saturation. As you notice, when I went all the way to the right, it gives it more, a little bit more drive, a little bit more push of saturation, versus when you go to the left, it kind of cleans it up a little bit. So that's what I mean by flipping it over, because one side you can leave it on there and that's the burnt side. The other one is not the burnt side. So went on the less of the burnt side or whatnot. So you can get a little brown over there or whatnot. Now you got the calibration as far as the dark and the bright done. This is where it just gets a little bit too much. I don't even know why they got that. Seems like they're just adding all this extra shit to fuck your shit up. But you can play around with it if you want to. I like it on normal, but bright, you'll definitely hear the difference.
The day, cause tomorrow you might be dead. Much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide?
Actually, don't sound bad at bright.
More people bigger and tougher than you, and now grabbing a pistol is the thing for.
But I don't like what it's doing in the very, very high mid, that crossover point where high mid goes into the high frequencies and whatnot. So we're just gonna leave the calibration at normal, and what we're gonna do is take the parallel mix down just a little bit. So what we're doing is just backing off on the saturation. Just a little bit.
For everybody to do, nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead. Much greener on the other side.
So I keep it around 65%. We have a stereo width knob. I can add this in here, but I don't think we need it with that sound. Yeah, we just gonna bring that out a little more. So we good where we at right now.
But it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people.
What we're gonna do is adjust the output knob a little bit.
Grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Now you can hear a very, very subtle difference. If you're listening to this on streaming, you probably don't hear it. But I can hear a very subtle difference, and that's where I like it at. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to jump out at you or whatnot, but I can hear a very, very subtle difference where it just did something to the track a little bit. All right. Without actually just oversaturating the track and just messing it up. All right, cool deal. So that's that process right there. The next process is gonna be my stereo widening. All right. Now, some people will say, well, you're not gonna do excitation or whatnot. That's what I just did. That's what excitation is, borderline saturation, just in a different form or whatnot. Exciters are more on the brighter side and also can be more on the dark side. But all it is saturation, if you ask me, you know what I'm saying? Because I could turn up the bright side of it and make this bitch brighter, and you could call that exciting. So we just going to deal with that. I normally don't get too much and try to fuck up a master, especially for streaming, because all that other stuff is just kind of like it's going to mess it up. And you're really not going to hear that shit on this small ass speaker right here or this small ass speaker right here. You see what I'm saying? So again, you got to remember you're mixing for well, these some fake beats by Dre's. I mean, this is Empower, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, man, come on, man. Y'all know what Empower is, man. Y'all shop on Amazon, man. You know what I'm saying? But you're mixing for this little earbud right here, you know what I'm saying? So all that extra shit that you add in the master, I mean, you're really not going to hear that. But it's the subtle things that you can hear. It's kind of weird. You can hear more of the subtle things than you can doing all this extravagant shit, and it'll take away. Trust me, I know. I had to fuck up a couple of records in order to make that understand, to make it understand on the earbud. You know what I'm saying? So we're at where we need to be at. The only thing we're gonna do is do some stereo widening, but we're gonna do some smart stereo widening. So what we're gonna do is gonna pull up Ozone Stereo Imager, and this is a mosaic shit I want to show y'all on here. Let me listen to this real quick.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead.
All right, cool.
Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
All right, so I could do this. We need some bass enhancement in here. Now I can do the isotope bass enhancement situation, but it feel like it's gonna take away. But we're gonna try this bad boy right here. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and no. We're not gonna use this because it's got saturation on the low end. We don't want to fuck around with that. Hold on a second. Let me go back to where I was gonna go before. What we're gonna do is called low end focus from Ozone. All right. And what this does is it gives you a frequency range. Now I already eyeballed the frequency range where I want to be at. Actually, no, I didn't. So let me spread that out a little bit. All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna keep it around about motherfucking goddamn 119. Yeah, about right there. So what we're doing is listening to all the low end information right now. And y'all can see this plugin eats up a lot of fucking CPU. I mean, shit. God damn. But what you're listening to though is the low end information, the energy. You will see the lightning. It's like thunder and lightning. You see what I'm saying? This one plugin alone is up there with console. It's like 15 instances of CPU or whatnot. So as we increase this, you can hear the energy. You want to hear the energy just like you hear thunder. It's a low rumble thunder. We're going to take this crossover point. I'm surprised with these Slate headphones. These motherfuckers extend low. God damn. All right, so now you can make a determination on the algorithm for as the response time. Oh, excuse me, not the response time, but the type of emphasis you want. You want punchy transients or you want a smoother bass. we needed some punch anyway. So we're gonna keep it right there. We're gonna take it out of solo mode. All right, we're gonna take the contrast, and we could listen to what we're doing as well. So let's run that beat back one more time. So that's the contrast. So what you're hearing is the effect, okay? The effect, all right? You're not listening to the low end information. You're listening to the effect of what the low end focus is doing. So right now I turned down the contrast. We just basically took the bass out of it, but check this out. That's right about nominal. You hear that? You don't hear nothing. Cool, right?
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
You heard the difference when I bypassed the plug-in? Sorry about that. All right, I'm turning the plug-in back on.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes try?
All right, so the gain is gonna just basically attenuate the boosting of the low end effect that you're getting. And the effect, by definition, says it's just the spectral contrast between the low and the high level signal content in the action region. you just really recognizing the harmonics in the damn low end. That's all it is, and then you're gonna turn it up right here. That's basically what it's saying.
Snakes trying to hide, you ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out.
All right, so just that little bit, I just did 1 dB on that or whatnot, and
figure out exactly what's ahead. It's much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead.
I think it's a little bit too much bass for what we want particularly for this track. And it's not really made to be so damn bass heavy, so we're not gonna use this. I just wanted to show you guys because this is one of my tools that I use. Low end focus from Ozone 9, and one more situation I use, little trick up the sleeve, whatnot, is the master rebalance, which is also a really great tool. And this, you can raise different focal points in there, like vocals, the bass, or the drums or whatnot. I use this primarily for vocals. Sometimes when you do a mix, you probably overcompensate or undercompensate the overall vocal volume between that and the music itself. So just imagine you're taking icing off the cake, or you're putting more icing on the cake. That's what basically the focus is gonna be. So check this out.
Be a boss, but have a boss mind frame. It might be a lot of work, but you the one gaining game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable.
So what you hear in blue is actually the vocals. Artificial intelligence.
Thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead.
So let's say the vocals are too loud. Turn the vocals down. It was too low, you turn the vocals up. You could do the same thing for bass and drums. I tried them and I wasn't fucking with it too much. It worked, but I ain't never been in that predicament. But vocals, sometimes they can be very misleading, all right? So we're going to put this back on 0, all right, and see if we need to make an adjustment. I highly doubt it, though.
But have a boss mind frame. It might be a lot of work, but you the one gaining game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Yeah, so we don't even need to use this because, like I said, I put it in mono just to check that vocals it's a little too edgy, you know what I'm saying? So we really don't need to utilize it or whatnot. All right, so we're gonna take that off, man, and we come to that point where I'll go ahead and add that stereo imager from Ozone or whatnot. And the reason why I like utilizing this type of workflow with Ozone is because a lot of things you can utilize the Ozone plugin as a whole in Studio One, but some shit that you really don't fucking need, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, you want to use the vintage EQ, cool. You know what I'm saying? You want to use the tape by itself, cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it this way right here. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the goddamn stereo imager. Where the fuck you at, bitch? Where the fuck you at? Okay. Oh, I must be tripping. Cause it's imager, not stereo imager. Excuse the fuck out of me. All right. Told y'all, man. All right. So we got this right here. So what we're gonna do now, they kind of changed it up on this 9 version. Before you had a standard 4-band, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Standard 4-band. You can mute which ones you off. Now you can put your own shit in there. So we're just gonna go right there and right there. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna make 2 crossover points, and then we're gonna hit the artificial learning technology that's built into this plugin, and it'll determine the crossover points for the lows and the highs. Let's go. Booyah.
Grass is much greener on the other side.
So now I have solo the low information, everything under 240 hertz. You see this right here? You see this right here? That means it's mono. We're gonna make it even more mono-er. All right, cool. So we're gonna bring down this slider. This slider determines the width of the signal band, signal frequency band. All right. So that's all the way mono right there. That's a stereo signal. So what we just did, you're hearing the perceived sound of that bass sound being signal and pushed to the limit. That bass sound being stereo pushed to the limit. But what we want that to be is anything below 240 to be somewhat mono. And you will hear where the stopping point is for mono, because you'll hear kind of like, you'll feel this energy come from your ears all the way up to about right here where your nasal cavity is and stuff like that or whatnot. So that's where I stopped it at. I'm like 3/4 down from the middle. All right. What now we're gonna do is I like to say this, the mid information last. So what I'm gonna do now is solo the high information.
You might be dead.
All right, and I want to listen to it just enough where I hear those. All that right there. I want to hear that spread and tickle my little eardrums and whatnot. And then the most important section, the mid section. All right. So this is where you got to be careful at. All right.
Grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Right there. Those are. Yeah, you got to be careful, you know what I'm saying? So we only pushed it up 2.5, whatever. So put everything together. I hope you guys know what a vector scope is really used for. The polar level is just to really give you a level for us. you know what I'm saying, where you at. This V should give you, you shouldn't be going extended past this V. Sometimes it'll extend past it, but you don't want to go past this side of the pie and this side of the pie. You want to kind of keep it right there in the middle of this particular pizza pie right here, as my little boy say, pizza pie, or whatnot. So you kind of want to keep it like, you know what I'm saying, right here at the goddamn motherfucking 10 o'clock position and 2 o'clock position on both sides or whatnot. So
grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher.
now your lead vocal's always gonna be in the middle.
Pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause
That's
tomorrow
bypass.
you might be dead.
You'll hear just a little bit the beat open up, or excuse me, the record open up just a little bit, just like whoo. It does that like sense of, if you listen to it in headphones, it does like a whoo. You know what I'm saying? That's the best analogy. That's like that right there. When you take it out of bypass. See what I'm saying? It's like, and then it's like, you just blew some in your ears and whatnot. So we good right there. That's my stopping point. Last but not least, the big dog. This is where you get your leveling and stuff like that. Get your LUFSs at right here at this point. Using any type of limiter, you can use valve filter L, Q, L Pro L, or whatever the fuck they call that shit. But I'm a plug in alliance type of nigga, and you know what I'm saying, I done use all limiters, but this one right here, this one, it's probably the best limiter plugin I ever used in this thing called mixing ever. And we're gonna get it where it's at. Now we could pull up this plug right here and utilize this. So what we're gonna do is put here, they all got the same information because they're made by the same fucking people. So we can use either or, because they both give us, I mean, they give you competitive loudness, shit like that, all that other jazz right here built in the plugin. But let's say you don't want to use that, you just want to focus on the limiter itself. You want to use this because you want to look at your LUFS meters. Okay, bam, here you go. All right, cool. So this is where we at right now. I'm gonna pin that right there. All right, and what we're gonna do is extend this out just a tad bit right here. All right, we're gonna hit play and see where we at.
You the one gaining game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol
y'all can't see.
is the
My
thing for
bad. Let me make a
everybody to
change
do.
right quick.
Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Oh, my bad. I ain't know people was in this motherfucker. What's going on, full grown? What's going on, whatever you out there, whatnot, man? I ain't know y'all was in here. It's late, and just to give y'all the explanation, it's late, and I'm running behind on a lot of things, and I'm just trying to get this out. So it was like, well, I never did a video in depth on mastering and whatnot. So I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, man. I just want to give y'all a shout out. Appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy 2 o'clock in the morning. But y'all know I gotta wake up at 5 o'clock, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be dragging ass in the morning as I always do. Yeah, but yeah.
Game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
All right, cool. Let's do this real quick.
Game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you.
All right, cool. So let me talk about a couple of things. All right, so this is where you kind of make a mistake at, and that is pushing the limiter and trying to accommodate for the LUFS. If you push the limiter and try to accommodate the LUFS, you're going to fuck up in one way, and that's going to have too much limiting. So you have to be mindful of your gain reduction, and that's what I was doing. So I shouldn't have hid this right here. You know what I'm saying? I should have kept it like it is. And when I popped it open, I was already like down here past -3. My rule of thumb is I never limited, I never try to do limiting past -3 gain reduction, because you start getting this loss of dynamics, if that makes anything, and everything starts being squished or whatnot. So I pushed this at about 4 dB gain going into this limiter. I made the adjustment on the release like I wanted to sound, and it sounded pleasant to me. I changed the mode from modern to classic because it complemented a little bit more for the vocals. And then you got this tone control shit right here. It ain't nothing but a tilt EQ. I don't fuck with it too much, man, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna adjust the high pass filter and the low pass filter because it kind of affects the sound just a little bit tone wise. All right, but let's see where we at with 4 dB of gain pushed in this motherfucker. Watch.
And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly.
Yeah, if you pushing -6 on your limiter, you fucking up. So I'm fucking up. So and there ain't nothing but sleep creeping in or whatnot, because now my mind ain't thinking right. So let's back off of it and let's look at this. And what I like to do is just get around -2 and leave it alone.
Exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
So I'm at like a half a dB, but I'm gonna back it off. So it wanna be an ass.
Game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do.
There we go, right there.
Nobody can
So at about 0.2 dB, ain't that much, right? Yes, indeed. All right, so we got that at gain reduction. Where we stopped at on the Streamliner plugin, we're at -12. So in our eyes, we're a little bit past streaming, but we're at a dynamic level when it comes to LUFS. We had a dynamic level, and that's pretty good, you know what I'm saying, because that's right up there with the pros, you know what I'm saying. So your favorite record labels, your favorite artists, when they put their music up there, the average last time I checked, and according to this, they'll let you know what I'm saying, like J. Cole's they got a J. Cole song in there. Goddamn, what the fuck that shit is. Here it is right here. So the hip hop tracks that they kind of like, hey, you can use these LUFSs off of these major records to kind of get you where you need to be at with your record. Ooh, and stuff like that. That shit don't really happen like it need to be at, but you know what I'm saying, they use some examples like Childish Gambino, This Is America, you know what I'm saying. You heard how dynamic that song was. You got J. Cole, KOD, Kendrick Lamar, King Kunta, Mos Def, Love. I don't even know who the Run the Jewels is. You got Eminem, My Name Is, what the fuck? Dr. Dre, nothing but a G thing. And that's an old record. Goddamn. That's like shit. That's like 92, 90, 91, 92, something like that. That's an old one. But when you listen to it, like that bitch jam still today. And it's outshining like everything still today. Whatnot. But those particular tracks. So if I was to choose, let's say, I'm gonna choose the Dr. Dre record, for example. I'll choose that. Now, you see what happened? The target level is at -11. So back then, the LUFS was at -11, even though shit was going on cassette tape. See what I'm saying? So, okay, I need to get this track right up there to -11, but be careful, because if you fuck up the limiter and you have a gain reduction at -4, 5 average on your gain reduction, trying to reach a -11 LUFS, that's where you're going to have bad audio. So you have to kind of like do a give and a take type of situation. And you have to meet in the middle somewhere. So every record is not going to be the same. Is what I'm doing ain't going to apply to what you have back home and stuff like that. So you have to make those decisions wisely and stuff like that. But where we at, we good. You know what I'm saying? -12. We had a dynamic range. That's plenty. You know what I'm saying? We're 2 dB above the streaming levels for Spotify, Apple, Tidal, YouTube, and etc. You know what I'm saying? And what they're gonna do is, if you get it at, like, let's say for instance -11 on the LUFS, they just gonna turn your shit down. They're gonna take a volume knob, and what the software is gonna do is say, turn you down 3 dB. Yeah. If you're under -12, if you're under -14. And you don't even do a master, you just mix your shit and put it up on there, and you coming out at like -16, what the software is going to do is turn you up to -14. That's all they're doing. It's just volume. That's it. That's all they're doing. So you don't have to worry about too much of it has to sound this way and be pushed. Oh, nah, they just going to turn your volume up or whatnot. But you got to retain your dynamics. Again, this and this. These two little devices, earbud, phone, iPad, small speakers, when you push that limiter, this shit gonna sound like shit coming through these little small speakers. So that's why you have to mix and master for the little speaker and not too much the big speaker these days. I mean, besides if you go to an event and you go to a DJ rig, I mean, shit, that's the only time you really gonna hear shit at its full potential loudness if you not in the studio or whatnot. So we good where we at, man. Only other thing I'm gonna push is the XL saturator on the limiter. I'm gonna just go ahead and close this out because we good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this on the LUFS situation because we got that already built here. This is my cutoff point. If I'm peaking right here on this red part, that means I'm doing too much on my LUFS.
I can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day.
Okay, I'm doing too much. All right. Now, but it's averaging out at about -12.5 at the most right there. All right, so I'm gonna add some of this XL saturation.
The grass is much greener on the other side.
Now you'll see it start peaking right here in the red. So we at like -10 right now. But our gain reduction is at right there under -3. So we pushing at about -2.7 on the gain reduction. We're getting the LUF averaging around 9. Pushing right there, -8. Only reason why it's pushing like that because of the motherfucking bass and everything like that. So it's a very dynamic song. So we gotta meet in the middle somewhere. So what I'm gonna do is back off on the gain coming in.
The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable.
So I backed off a little bit. So I used the link button to back off on the input gain, and it still pushed up the ceiling. So we still underneath that 0 point. All right.
And tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
trying to wager.
The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody.
So I just tilted the EQ just a little bit to give it a little bit more bottom end on it, because I just feel like this record just has a little bit too much brightness to it. So we tilted a little bit to give it a little bit more bottom right there. And that's a wrap, y'all. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got a limited dry wet mix knob right here. You got a channel link line. I always keep my channel link at 100% so we can get the maximum stereo spread as we possibly can. Output them. You could turn this down if you need to. But I think we good, man.
For everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead.
So when you turn that down, that's going to affect what you see right here on the LUFS right here and the RMS. And that's a good handy feature to have, to be honest with you. Watch when the 808 come in.
Game. The grass is much greener on the other side.
So we brought it around, yeah, we brought that down about -24. So we good, man. All right, negative 0.24. Yeah, we all right. And we sat around there around -10. So we still in that competitive level, that Dr. Dre level, whatever. So we good. It may not sound like it's loud, you know what I'm saying? But when you turn off all the plugins, check this out.
In months, how you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow.
Y'all remember this? The loudness information. All right. So the loudness information was before what it was before, -15 LUFS, -14.6, -14.4 RMS, true peak at about 0.1, 0.8, 0.6 or whatever. Want to play that one more time with the plugins on.
The other side, but it ain't been
no plugins on right now.
Snakes trying to hide. You ain't untouchable, more people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol.
All right, about to turn it on.
The thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. Turn it on.
Game.
So you're not hearing loudness, you're hearing clarity. You're hearing a difference in, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I can, the words are being pronounced more, the bass is more defined, the highs are a little crispy and stuff like that. It's them little shits right there, you know what I'm saying? Them little facades of words or whatnot that really poke out. It's not really about a loudness war anymore, because we're not mixing for CD anymore, you know what I'm saying? We're mixing for streaming. So you will hear a more clarity difference than it is a loudness difference, okay? Now, we ran the loudness information situation or whatever the case may be. So we're going to run it on the output, and the output is telling us, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is not right. That ain't what it's telling me, because that can't be right, you know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah, that's why I don't. Yeah, it's not. No, that's not right. We have to update it, and I'm not about to sit here and wait, 2 minutes or whatnot, update it or whatever the case may be. The only test I'm gonna do now. So we good. I feel good about it. I hope y'all feel good about it. Watching it on the playback and everything like that. I'm just gonna pull up the VSX plugin, and I'm gonna check it from that engineer standpoint, and y'all be able to hear, I guess, in a virtual room of how it will sound in a mastering room or whatnot. All right. And so now what I'm going to do in this sense with me, with these headphones on and everything like that, I'm just going to double check it to make sure, okay, yeah, it sounds good in this virtual room. I have been entrusting in this over close to a year right now. Well, coming up on a year right now. And I have to tell you, it's goddamn pretty accurate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it gets you where you need to be at. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play it right now. We already got it engaged, and you would definitely hear it from hear a difference. And I'm gonna play it from the beginning. play the track from the beginning.
Yo, I was fortunate enough to always be around my parents, so I got the good and the bad from both of them all the time. Everybody can't say that. There's a few jewels my dad dropped on me though. Check this out. Make sure it's your turn to speak. Stay on your side of the street. You trespassing and you asking to get beat. Talking about what you got, put your ass in a hot seat. Never be scared to compete. That's the only way to be elite. Pick up your dribble. Be ready if you go up the middle. Where your heart at? It don't matter if you big or little. Listen with your ears, see with your eyes. Use your brain and not your heart to figure out what's the lies. Might not be a boss, but have a boss mind frame. It might be a lot of work, but you the one gaining game. The grass is much greener on the other side, but it ain't been cut in months. How you gonna see the snakes trying to hide? You ain't untouchable. More people bigger and tougher than you. And now grabbing a pistol is the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
I'm gonna switch it over to the client point of view for the back in the room. Goddamn, I've left the loop on. Shit. It's gonna loop back over, my bad. I turned it off. From the client point of view, it actually sounds not bad.
It's the thing for everybody to do. Nobody can figure out exactly what's ahead. Enjoy the day, cause tomorrow you might be dead.
Switch back to the engineer chair. The lows are sitting right. Seems like we're missing some highs.
Don't bring that shit in the house. Quit cussing, boy. Watch your mouth. Get up.
The vocals is just like sitting perfect.
Sit on the couch. Don't even ask for them expensive shoes. You wasting your breath.
So you went to the client point of view. Seems like we're lacking in the highs. So what I'm gonna do is keep it right there on the client point of view, and I'm gonna go back to my EQ.
Learn some self-defense nowadays, they'll mess with you.
And just boost up the highs.
Make too many F's off to jail, they redressing you. I'm sorry, don't work. You gotta pay for all your mistakes. If you can't afford to fix it, make sure it don't break. Stop burning bridges, you might need help down the line. There ain't no benefits for only working part-time. This is a sign I never forgot the words that you said. And that time ain't go to waste, it's stuck up in my head.
Pull that back up and go to the engineers. Rewind that a little bit.
Stuck a break. Stop burning bridges, you might need help down the line. There ain't no benefits for only working part-time. This is a sign I never forgot the words that you said. And that time ain't go to waste, it's stuck up in my head.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So it sounds straight like that. I'm gonna check it in one more other room, and that is, I love this room right here. You know what I'm saying? This room right here, yeah. We're gonna check it on the far fields. Rewind that just a little bit. So the far fields is gonna be these speakers at the top.
Expensive shoes, you wasting your breath. My whole check go on bills, you misplacing the steps. Never bite the hand that feeds you. Don't turn down family when they need you. Don't base life on being flashy, we all know what greed do. Listen to the message, don't be fooled by the messenger. Learn some self-defense, nowadays they'll mess with you. Just be ready, life is like your class, cause they testing you. Make too many F's off to jail, they redressing you. I'm sorry, don't work.
Yes, sir.
You gotta pay for all your mistakes. If you can't afford to fix it, it, make sure it don't break. Stop burning bridges, you might need help down the line.
So I like how the highs are translating in that room. Now I'm gonna go to the fake ass Tesla. I never been in a Tesla before, but this is about the closest you can get to how it would sound in the car without actually taking your mix to a car or whatnot. And it sounds like a car. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that sounds in a car.
There ain't no benefits for only working part-time. This is a sign I never forgot the words that you said. And that time ain't go to waste, it's stuck up in my head.
Mama was told me, Mama was told me, Mama was told me, Mama was told me, Mama was told me.
All right, so something is sticking out to me. I'm gonna go to the second SUV, G-Wagon. I'm gonna go to the G-Wagon, rewind that real quick, and I'm gonna have to do some multi-band compression.
Sure it don't break. Stop burning bridges, you might need help down the line.
Go to this girl again. That right there, that May. It's a little bit too much. So the way to combat that is, let's go to multi dynamics right there. All right, and I'm gonna bypass everything but the high mid band because she doing something I don't like, and what that is, make sure you choose your high mid band on this right here. All right. So what we're gonna do is find out where the fuck she doing that at. All right, so that's around about 2,000 to 43,000. Oh, excuse me, 2,000 to 4,300 hertz. All right. So now what I got to do is get my crossover points queued up. So about right there, and 2,000 about right here. All right. So just this little bit in this little column right here is what I'm gonna be compressing. I want to compress that down. I can either compress it down or I could turn it down. So let's loop that shit real quick and nip that in the bud, and we'll be done for the night, man. All right. All right, so what I did was turn down the gain. Right now, I turn down the gain. But you still got that right there. It sound like a bad microphone that she recorded on. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Sound like it ain't the right microphone she should have been using for a voice. I'm just gonna keep it 100. But you know what I'm saying? This is where you have to kind of like you gotta work around it. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we have our attack and release times automated, but we're gonna take that off because I'm gonna have to make some adjustments. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is utilize the threshold attack and release times to then nail this in the butt. And the knee too. All right, cool. Sound like we took care of that just a little bit. We compressed a little bit more than what I wanted to do, but it's a small bandwidth that we're dealing with, and it's only one bandwidth we're dealing with. All right, so what we're gonna do is go back into this VSX. Now we was doing this, monitoring through this car or whatnot, because I heard it screeching or whatnot. So we're gonna go back to that mastering situation because I heard it in there too. I thought I was tripping, but we're gonna play that back and we're gonna do that whole fucking hook.
That time ain't go to waste, it's stuck up in my head.
Mama always told me, 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 Mama always told me.
All right, cool deal. So now I'm gonna go back to the first hook and I'm gonna turn this multiband dynamic compressor off. All right, and
Daddy always told me, Daddy always told me.
okay, I'm gonna turn it back on, same spot.
You might be dead.
Daddy always told me, Daddy always told me.
So it's taming it and it's controlling it, but I think I did a little bit too much. So let me do this.
Daddy always told me.
Gonna let up off it just a little bit.
Don't bring that shit in the house.
About right there. I like it. Yeah, that right there. All right, now let's go to the bad one. All right, made the adjustment on the knee to make it a little harder, and I think we done, folks. All right, and that was in that mastering situation. Now we're gonna see the magic really come through. All right, I'm gonna put it on that client perspective on that part right there.
In my head.
Ah, should have left it alone. There we go. I like it right there. The client is always right. The client is always right. All right, we're gonna go here to the Archon. Yeah. All right, cool. I ain't gotta listen to nothing else. We're gonna go to the Tesla. There we go. All right, cool. That's that. We on the roll right now. Let's go ahead and play it through the pods. These gonna be fake AirPods or whatever the fuck you call that, Apple shit or whatever. We're gonna do wireless. Yes, sir. We're gonna do it through this Sony boombox. This is a famous Sony boombox right here. All right, cool deal. Let's check that out. We're being consistent. This is not a club track, so we can't check it in the club. So we're gonna go to Stephen Slate's famous room, and we're gonna listen to this one little mono orotone right here. Here it is. I like how it dynamically moves and it just takes away from that. Hey, right there. God damn it. We good, man. Turn this plugin off and we'll watch the magic unfold in our eyes starting from that beginning of that hook.
The waist is stuck up in my head.
Mama always told me, Mama always told me, Mama always told
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is it. I think I am confident with that right there. Told you the VSX, man, it never lies to me. It may sound different on your end or whatnot, but with the headphones, man, yes, sir. That's why I paid these hefty. Well, I took a chance. I ain't gonna lie to you. I gambled the goddamn we gambled just right, man. I'm starting to learn these bad boys to the T and everything like that, man. And yeah. Whatnot, man. Cool, man. Shit, man, we good. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna turn him down a little bit. Let's turn him down a little bit, man. We're gonna talk about it, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Nope, we don't want to do that. No intro video. Nah, we don't want that right there. Anyway, man. It's 2:30 in the morning. I appreciate everybody rocking with your boy, man. We just talked about mixing, mastering, should I say. We talked about a little bit about mastering and everything like that. It normally don't take me this long to master, but you know what I'm saying, just doing these streaming videos and stuff like that, just explaining the whole process, that's what takes so long. Normally it would have took me about for this track right here and everything that we did, probably would have took me about 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying, just moving and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that's it, man. That's that track right there. Sounds pretty goddamn good. It sounds better than what I got in the beginning. And it's crazy when you mix and you master and you see it, you hear the finished product and you go through a journey, or whatnot. If you're not going through it, if you feel like you didn't go through a journey from sounding rough to where you at on the mastering side right now, you know what I'm saying, you missed a step somewhere along the line. You missed a step or whatnot. So it's all about a journey or whatever. So I didn't know how this was gonna turn out, but it actually turned out the mood of the beat, you know what I'm saying. I knew that's what was being done, and stuff like that. So like I said, man, hey, that's what it is. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Give a shout out to Full Grown, Shanika Smith, you know what I'm saying. Appreciate you tuning back in, Miss Shanika. And everybody else that passed through and whatnot and catching it on the back end, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to go ahead and catch me some Z's and be right back up at about 5:30. You know what I'm saying? And not do a goddamn thing at work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot, man. So, yeah, man, we'll definitely do that. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on right here on the subscribe to the channel, man, and stuff like that. And follow me on Instagram, of course, at the bottom at Super Mario_producer. And follow the podcast at onthebeat.podcast and all of that jazz right there, man. And catch y'all on the next stream tomorrow. I'm gonna go streaming again on tomorrow. I got some beats to work on, of course, but whatnot. So I'll be doing that on tomorrow. Hopefully my little boy don't block my streaming hours and stuff like that or whatnot. That's why I was late tonight, man. Make sure he take a bath and everything like that, man. Whatnot. It was something I'm giving small talks. So I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, man. So y'all could definitely catch me on Fiverr. That's what it was. Y'all can catch me on Fiverr. So I just started a new store on Fiverr, whatnot, man. Y'all definitely catch me on Fiverr, whatnot, man. If you need any mixing services out there, you know somebody that need help with mixing, need somebody to mix their stuff. Yeah, man, we are here to help and stuff like that. So we're definitely I'm taking orders right now on Fiverr. Just look me up, JCS Productions. I got a link in the description below. I hope it's still there. If not, I will add it to this video or whatnot. Just click on the link and, you know what I'm saying, get your mixing and mastering services there or whatnot. And I'll take care of you. And that's basically what you get right here, the mixing and mastering right here, man. So y'all make sure y'all do that, man. Support your boy, man. You know anybody that need mixing and mastering done, send them over to the link below, the Fiverr link below, and we'll talk and chat it up there and get you squared away, whatnot and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I just wanted to you know what I'm saying, pull that up for you guys. I'm trying to pull it up so you guys can actually see that. But for some reason, it don't want to pull up, or I don't know what the hell I'm doing, or whatnot, man. Let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, man. Show y'all real quick, bro. So, man, that's what it is right there. We mixing and mastering full song to be digital streaming ready and stuff like that. That's what I do, or whatnot, man. Basic streaming starts at $20, 10 stems only, and stuff like that. 2 day turnaround, three up to three revisions and stuff like that. So, if you got them 2 tracks and you one of them dudes that rap one time, one track or whatever, and you got one verse and a hook and stuff like, hey, this is perfect for you. $20, man. I'll take care of you, man. Ain't that much we got to do, right? Cool. All right, man. And stuff like that, man. Standard is gonna be your 20 stems or whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? If you got a small beat, you know what I'm saying, one of those boom, 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 boom type of beats, you know what I'm saying? Definitely take care of you there. That should be 20 stems, $30. And then after 20 stems, any number after 20, you know what I'm saying? It'll be 45, 3 day turnaround, 5 revisions up to get the mixing, the mastering, high quality audio file, analog gear, the whole 9 yards. I done hooked up my little situation where I can run audio out and in and process and all that stuff like that, man. I got some examples of some mixes that I've done, whatnot. I have my press kit up there, so you can read through my press kit and you know everything about me and what I've done in the past. And let's see here, a little bit about me, what I'm doing, edit, removing unwanted noise, all of that shit, removal of explicit languages. That's an extra charge for radio editing, EQ processing, compression, vocal processing using special plug-in effects like your auto tunes and stuff like that, reverbs and that all that jazz right there. Mastering of the stereo track upon mix completion and everything like that, and given to you with an MP3 and a wave, and stuff like that, and all of that jazz right there. A little bit about me. You get a check-in, little situation for us, comparison to plans and everything like that. What genre I prefer to work in: hip hop and R&B, and rap, but I can do pretty much any and everything or whatnot. What plugins and hardware I use. I got a whole list of that right there, man. So feel free to hit me up and stuff like that. Again, you can always click on these little pictures or whatnot. They'll show you an example of some mixes and intro videos and all like that. This is the press kit right here. So if you want to view that presentation, it's basically everything about myself. So it's kind of like a digital business card and everything like that. So hey man, yeah, man, come fuck with your boy, man. You need that work, man, hit me up, whatnot on the Fiverr right there, man. So yeah, man. Until then, oh, I'm just talking and y'all ain't see shit. Y'all ain't see a motherfucking thing. That's crazy. All right, yeah, let's do that again one more time, bro. So, yeah, that's crazy right there, man. That's that sleep kicking in, bro. Like I said, man, we'll go to Fiverr right here, and we'll just do this right here. Let's see here, and okay, bam, there it is. Link in the description. I said it, so now y'all can see it. Yeah, there we go. Or whatnot, man. But basically, it just show you right there. You get to choose what you need for your services, and there's comparative packages that I offer, and they're all, you know, saying for streaming purposes and stuff like that. The first two are 2 day turnarounds, and then the next one is a 3 day turnaround or whatnot, man. So you can pay for an extra day to mix and whatnot. If you know what I'm saying, particular about how you want it to sound and stuff like that. And that will also include with that revision and everything like that. So that's where it's at, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on Fiverr. All right, that's enough done right there, man. I talked and I explained that to y'all, and y'all was looking at me or whatever. But, we about to get the hell up on out of here, man. It's 2:37 a.m. Central Standard Time, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel right here, and whatnot. Hit the bell for the notifications, because you know what I'm saying, we always live streaming here. I don't have time to video edit, so that's why I always live stream. Enough of the talking, man. Y'all be easy, and we out here, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some whack ass music for y'all, cause YouTube be on the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it was playing music this whole time. I just had the volume down. So we out of here, man. Y'all gonna see that in the screen. Catch me next night, tomorrow night, and we will be doing some beat mixing. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff I got in, some personal stuff. I'm gonna try to prepare that and stuff like that. But y'all catch me there, man. And y'all get to hear that whack ass music and everything like that. Cause y'all blame YouTube on the copyright infringement and all that other shit right there, man. Anyway, man, we out of here, man. I'll catch y'all later, man. Peace.